Aloha, anybody who might be here. I was going to put this into a video. I was going to go live. I was going to do a bunch of different things. And I thought, you know what? I don't know. I can't make more different things in my head. So let's just go live and do this. So this is kind of like, do you feel in a rut? Do you feel like you're struggling, like you're juggling too many things, like you're running in a hamster wheel and you can't seem to make progress? You can't get to the things you really want to do. You just keep tripping up on the things that you find you can urgently get done, little things you can get done, but it's not really the big things that get you further to where you want to be. And so you're tricking yourself. You feel like, oh, if I knock out this, and this, all these little things, like I just went to 2 different stores to buy jump rings. Did I need jump rings? No, I needed them a little bit. I'm going to run out soon. And that was a bad use of time in the middle of the day, headed towards rush hour, to go out and run around 2 different stores when I didn't do 3 of the big things I need to do today. But I had no motivation to do any of those big things, and just getting out and doing something, I felt like, at least I'm doing something. But then I come back and I'm like, who am I kidding? I really did not need to spend an hour and a half just getting some jump rings. I could have ordered online. They would have arrived before I ran out of my other ones. But I think a lot of people are in that situation. So just to show you, this is, and I did this, I showed you before, but this is all stuff on a shelf that needs to come out of this shelf, out of this room. It's all random different stuff. There's paint gallons on the bottom there from different painting projects. There's random pieces of tools. There's a few spray paint bottles, some just all kinds of random tools. Those are yoga mats I was using to soundproof. Those are boxes of soundproof tiles I need to put up. Never mind, I mean, like, what is this random box of wood doing behind me? Why, it's not even in the right spot. I just decided yesterday I'm going to put my wood shop in a different room. All this packing stuff, well, that's kind of near the packing area. That kind of belongs there. But, like, why do I still tolerate these ceiling tiles that weren't put up on my ceiling? They're just laying on the floor while the maintenance guy here just decides he's going to come in for 5 minutes once every 2 weeks. What is all this extra spare lumber? Why is this shelf still in this room? It needs to go in the other room. Why are there, again, just random things on it? What's all this lumber? I meant to put all this together to build myself a little home gym so I don't have to leave to go use workout facilities. So when is that going to happen? And here's Beatrice. She hasn't had a tutorial necklace to wear in weeks. Poor Beatrice, right? So this was my wood shop, but it's too small. And I was waiting to move all these power tools into a larger room, which was going to be down here. Oh, and look at that random piece of plywood and drywall and 2x4s. So this was going to be the big room where the new wood shop would be, because it has like almost double the room and much higher ceilings. But the floor is a mess. The tiles started breaking up, and everybody told me you got to keep breaking them up till you get to the end of them. Well, I kept breaking them up with a shovel, and there was no end. They just kept breaking up and breaking up, till finally this one carpenter told me, you're just going to break them up all the way to the wall, and they're going to keep going, and there's going to be no end. So I said, what do I do? He said, I would just get a couple pieces of plywood and throw them on top there. And I'm like, great, that's a mess. So now I decided I think I'm going to put all my wood tools in this room, which was formerly the kit making room. All that stuff got moved to the front room. It was also the mail room. If you guys are keeping up, I don't even know if. So here's where all the kit making stuff is now, on these 2 tables. And then here's the very front where I do the live shows from this table that I'm backing up so you can see. Here's see those all those cords. I hope I'm not making you dizzy shaking the camera too much. Here's some of the side tables full of more stuff that needs to be gone through. I finally got the paint broken open. Marley started painting those horrible red, white, and blue stripes. So here's all the paint stuff. And she did a great job. You can see right up here, this strip up here was red, white, and blue yesterday. Now it's just white. And you can see it coming around, just white, just white. Oh, there starts the red, white, and blue again. Because she couldn't finish that part because we would have had to move a whole bunch more tables. So that's going to be finished next time. But here's my wall of spools that originally I was going to do all my wire work in front of this wall and have all the spools ready. Well, that never actually ended up getting used much. So I took most of the spools off of there and moved them to wherever I was working next. Here is still going through Barefoot Hippie's ridiculously huge bone bead delivery, still trying to organize them into containers. And nobody knows about this except Marley, but this wooden structure on the floor that I started to build, you see the little dumbbells there? That was going to be a little workout studio right in the middle of this with art centers going all the way around it. Why in the middle? I don't know. I was going to put it up against the wall, but now up against the walls where the kits are. So I'm like, yeah, what the heck? I'll put it in the middle. That's really the only place I don't have an art center in the middle of this huge room because I just generally don't work in the middle. I like to work up against a wall. So if I get too messy and start pushing stuff to the end of the table, it can stop where the wall is and not fall all over. There's a little bit of security being up against a wall if you're a messy person. So I have all my centers. Here's my door. I never got the blinds, so we just stuck up, what's it called? Canvas up against the window because the security people were getting nosy. Even though I have an understanding with the mall manager there, then security people they feel like they have to be nosy and do their job because they're bored. So they were like poking in my business. Whoa, why are you here at these hours and why are you doing this? And now they can't see in. So anyway, I took my great whiteboard that should be up with all my stuff listing what I have to do next, and I put that up against the window so they can't see in the window. So that's a good use of a whiteboard, right? So anyway, I ended up, and why is the easel in them? I don't know, we just kept moving the easel because it was in the way. But this wooden structure starting to be built on the floor is supposed to be a big 3D workout center where I can do pull-ups and climb all over it and junk and have my barbells and dumbbells and everything stored there. So each of these shelves is supposed to hold different things. Like this one's supposed to be all the one with the power tools, although if I'm moving the wood working station into the next room, maybe that'll move. This was technically supposed to be paint, but then it just became a catch-all. This is supposed to be crafts, and then it just became a catch-all. This board right here is supposed to hold all the aluminum wire. It kind of does. I have Ginger's really adorable lizard that she donated to the studio. So cute. It's great because I had a ceramic lizard that I loved forever until somebody knocked it over when I had my kiosk, and it shattered into like 47 pieces. I kept all the pieces thinking I'd glue it back together, but I never did. So anyway, now this is kind of fun because this table's blocking it, so I'm just going to move it. But look at my marker collection. Isn't that great? I'm going to go through them all eventually, but this is my marker collection. This is my extra wire stuff that I need to go through. But let me move this table so I can get in this doorway here. And I feel better already telling all you guys all this stuff that I'm not finishing because I'm just crazy extrovert. If I can share anything with someone, even if it's a horrible thing, I feel better than just keeping it inside. So now I'm coming through this room. Here's the front room. This is actually, you can see the mall behind me. If I ever opened that door, this is where I would actually sell to the mall people. See all that glass? But at the very least, Marley and I got these paintings hung. So at least they're up. And now that I have taken them out of the box for the first time in a year, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to work on my painting skills. I was just winging it for a minute, just having fun. But there's a lot of really cool techniques that I've been watching people do that I want to learn. But anyway, at least they're all up now. I mean, to show you an example, like here's this is like me just being me. Like this painting here is just me. You spray paint stencils, just having fun. It's abstract, it's cool. Same with that's just me throwing some leaves around. And that's me doing other stencils with tape and stuff. That's kind of fun. Here's me doing stencils on top of stencils to make a 3D look, right? In this one right there. But here is me when I actually had a guided oil painted in class. Right here. See, that's one of my favorites. See that? That came from actually going to an oil painting class. And I actually broke all the rules and the instructor got mad at me and he actually took the paintbrush out of my hand and tried to paint on my canvas because he was so irritated that I was breaking all the rules. But even with that, I learned so much and I was so happy and I thought my painting came out way more interesting than everyone else. Everyone else was just copying Bob Ross. It was like a Bob Ross style oil painting class. They actually had Bob Ross on the screen. But everybody else just copied his dreary landscape. Everyone loves Bob Ross, but like my dad points out a lot, and my dad is fine art trained. He says, you know, a lot of Bob Ross's landscapes are kind of dreary. So I put a lot more interest, a lot more excitement into it with, I made my mountains look more rigid and scary, and I made the sunset look like it was from another planet, and I put more detail into the water and everything, like, so it looks a lot different. But anyway, so rather than sitting there obsessing over all the things I wasn't able to get to today in the stores I wasn't able to call because they closed before I got a chance, and how am I ever going to get half of these projects worked on, because every time I start to put my hand to them, 10 other things demand my attention. I thought, why don't I just take you guys with me and we can have fun together? I mean, look, like let me give you an example. Okay, so this is a table that, this is me. I made this mess today, right? This is, see that? I don't even like Pop-Tarts, but they were on sale. This is my mess. All this, right? This is my table. Now here's a table. I said, Marley, can you please just clean this up a little bit? This is what she does when she comes through. She's like a hurricane of order. See? Me, this is my mess. These are the necklaces from that tutorial yesterday, right? It's more of my mess. There's another table that I ended up touching. See what happens when I touch things, right? And then here's some Marley organizing stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna sit down and go through some more of these bone beads. I don't have any more stretch cord, so I can't make any bracelets with you guys, but I'm gonna go down. I'm just gonna organize them. Let's get some scissors if I can find where I put the scissors, and we can just have fun together. You guys, all of you, like, write down something with a pen or put it in the comments if you don't have a pen. That's your choice. Write down something you want to work on today, and you work on it while this video is playing. Or if you want to just hang out and have fun and relax, sip your tea and watch me organize these beads. But then I want you to do your thing as soon as the video ends, okay? So, and I know my lips are chapped. I don't want to hear any motherly home remedies for chapped lips. It's my whole life I've had chapped lips. It's just a thing. Chapstick doesn't doesn't stay in one place. I've never used up a chapstick, even a quarter. I use it 3 times and I get lost. Chapstick and sunglasses never survive more than 3 days in my presence, and so I just stopped buying them years ago. Sunglasses get lost or broken by the 3rd day. So chapstick just gets lost, or the cap comes off and it gets all messed up and falls out and ruins a pair of pants. So anyway, I'm going to put this stand here, and I'm going to go through and organize these beads. And so yeah, like I was kind of coming to a conclusion with all this, and the conclusion is, I think, when you get stuck in a rut and you have 17 projects and you're like just sitting there like, I'm not going to do any of them, just get up and start doing something. And if it's something that is the least important thing on your list, but you're actually getting something done, then stop beating yourself up and just continue getting that thing done. And once it's done, you'll feel a little better, and then you'll have a little bit more confidence to tackle something that's like, a fly got in here, tackle something that's like a little bit more requiring of mental energy. And then if you tackle that thing, then you'll get more confidence, and then you'll brave one of those things you really don't want to do. So we're going to start with simple. Here is my table with all the bone bead stuff, and I'm going to organize some of this. And you guys put down in your list what you want to work on. And I mean, write it right now in a comment or write it on a piece of paper. If you're too shy to put it in a comment, just write it on a piece of paper and tell me you did it. But if you don't have a piece of paper or you don't mind, share it with us. Tell us what you want to work on today. And then you are telling me you're going to work on it. I don't care if you work on it 5 minutes. No, all those people who were doing the 30-day challenge, I kind of fell off of that completely. I never totally fell off an entire month. There were days where I didn't do the update every single day, but I totally fell off this last month. And I got to make a final video saying, sorry guys, that one just totally fell off. But you know what? I'm still here, and we're still organizing beads, and you guys are still here, and you're lovely people. So don't go anywhere. Let's make stuff better. Let's get through some of this organization. Let me grab my stack of containers that was made possible by Marley cleaning more stuff. I made such a maze of tables, I can't even get to where I need to be now. Okay, so I'm going to keep adjusting this camera because I need to put more duct tape on this camera stand because it just droops like crazy. But we'll do our best. Oh, funny, there's already like 2 pairs of scissors on this table. Go figure. Don't you love when they tie the last bead to the string? So you have to like struggle to cut it off because they're lazy. They're too lazy to just knot it or do something else. It's always fun. And they tie it so tight, like you can't even get your scissors in there to cut it. Ooh, I need a trash can. So here's another thing I did today. I decided I can't stick to a workout schedule because if you're really working out with weight, I mean, you could do cardio every day, like just running and just getting your heart rate up and just breaking a sweat, running on a treadmill, anything that gets you panting but doesn't really push your muscles really hard. But if you're going to push your muscles, if you're going to do weightlifting, you want to do that every other day because you need 48 hours for your muscle to recover and rebuild. Well, I was not keeping track of days the right way. I was doing every other day, every third day, every fourth day, every fifth day. And finally, I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to break the rules. I'm going to weightlift every day. And I'm just going to do that. And then when I forget, that'll be my day off. Because better to just do it than chaotically than try to stick to a schedule you just can't stick to and then, not do it, right? So I reasoned that your muscles were designed to get stronger as you push them and as you overwork them. So I imagined that it wouldn't make sense that your muscles were designed to only work on a 48-hour schedule. That if you put them on a 24-hour schedule, they wouldn't grow or get stronger at all. It only works on a 48 hours. The 48-hour schedule might be optimal if you're like a serious competitive weightlifter, but if you just want to get healthier and stronger, I think doing it every other day, doing it every day is not going to be the end of the world. Now, obviously, you want to be careful you don't injure yourself. You don't want to push too hard. Maybe you won't push as hard if you do it every day, but that's still better than just getting all mixed up and taking 3 and 4 and 5 days off because you just keep forgetting which day you're on. See, Debbie Johnson is getting her life together. Now she's going to fix her laptop. See, I'm so happy about this. Good job, Melissa. I love it. I love it. I know, Annette, see, I hate paperwork too. We creative people sometimes are not left brain and we don't do well with the paperwork. And I'm the extreme version of that. So I totally feel your pain. And all I can tell you is take out that paperwork and just set a timer for 5 minutes and say you're going to work on it for 5 minutes. And after that 5 minutes, if you get it done, if you work on it for 5 minutes, reward yourself with a cup of tea and then be like, I can do 5 more minutes. And then if you could get the kind of tea where you can drink multiple cups, like you don't want caffeinated tea, but like, maybe some mint tea, maybe some, what's it called, chamomile tea, then reward yourself with 2 cups of tea because you did 2 sets of 5 minutes. I'm going to do a video on that, getting out of a rut, an official video, not this live show, but I wanted to hang out with you guys and I was feeling in a rut and I was feeling like I have too much to do today. I said, why don't I turn on the camera? And look at me. Now that the camera's on, now that 49 of you are here, I'm getting stuff done. I'm feeling better. I feel better already. I feel better just talking about it. You guys are like therapy. Do you feel proud of yourselves? Do you feel like you are really like a collective therapeutic group? It's like sharing in group. Hi, my name is Matt's Crazy Art, and I am a project creating messaholic. Thank you for sharing Matt's Crazy Art. There's tea and coffee in the back. And please pick up a flyer to see our schedule on when we're going to have another group meeting. So, how do you guys feel? What do you think? These black and white beads are, I would say, about 1.25 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. They're really long. It looks like somebody took a zebra and turned him into beads. Poor zebra. I wonder if they're authentic zebra bone. Zebra bones are probably black and white too, right? That would make sense. Well, they could be parts of a stretch bracelet, like all these barrel beads. You only made maybe 3 of them with some smaller, more interesting beads in between. Or they could be part of a necklace, like a real kind of a rustic necklace. They could be like this, coming up the sides of the neck like this with some round beads in between and then a pendant right there. Or you could just string a whole bunch of them and drape them over your face and hide in the bushes when you're trying to get closer to the zebra in your local. Why do I keep putting these in this box? See, that's one thing when I gab too much is I stop paying attention to what I'm doing. But sometimes there's a healthy balance where I work better with people around, but then if I get too involved in talking to people, I start forgetting what I'm doing. Yeah, this is Barefoot Hippie's fault that I have such an awesome assortment. I did not ask for such an awesome assortment, but I shall use them to make amazing patterns in stretch bracelets as soon as my new stretch cord gets here because I used up my other. Barefoot Hippies just decided, you know what Matt's Crazy Art needs? He needs a whole day to just sit there organizing bone beads. And she determined that that was a need I was having. I would lay awake at night. Like, if only I had more bone beads to organize. I already made 3 kits up with these bone beads and they sold. Anybody want some of these bone beads? I'll make up some more kits. I'll keep them really low priced. By the way, there are like 4 or 5 kits up right now. Fairly low price, some medium, some large, all kinds of interesting. There's a kit Marley made completely on her own. It's called Winter Wonderland. And it's not that expensive. It's all clear, snowy glass, icy, white, clear, light pink, light blue, light purple, crystal-y beads and pieces. So you could check that out on the Etsy site. She'll be thrilled if one of you decides you want to get the first kit ever that she made herself. So yeah, hang out with me, guys, and let's organize more stuff because this is fun to do. It's never a boring moment. My camera doesn't stay static. It moves around the room so you can see everything, whether I want it to or not. Yes, G4istic. Hold on, let me get the Etsy site up here. Here's I'll write it down on this notebook. Do I have a Sharpie? I usually have like 10 Sharpies in my pocket. Go figure, today I have 0. But my marker collection I just showed you is right over here. So you want to go to etsy.com/shop/Matt's Crazy Art Shop. All one word. All one word, even though I have it on 2 lines. There's no spaces. You have to put in the word shop twice, just like you see it. Right here, etsy.com/shop/Matt's Crazy Art Shop. No apostrophe. Go there, and you will see about 5 kits. I'll put it back up in case you want to screenshot it or write it down. You'll see about 4 or 5 kits up. You'll see some necklaces I have up. You'll see, I don't know what else is up right now. You'll see some mystery question marks. Just ignore those. Those are going to be for when my wire comes in. I'm going to make a bunch of necklaces. Each of those is going to be a surprise necklace. Some people purchase them already, like out of faith, not knowing what kind of necklace I'd make. And that's cool. You could do that if you want. But if you're new here, I would say just look for the stuff that actually has photos of what it actually is. Oh, you're welcome. And thank you. I'm going to kill this fly. He's like super irritated that he's locked in this room probably for days and there's nothing for him. The one good thing I do is I don't keep any food out because I don't want ants and other stuff crawling around. But so he's been probably hungry and starving and now he's like irritating me like let me out and I'm like fly, when I open and close the door to leave, you got to figure it out because I'm not going to try to teach you. You're not going to listen anyway. Flies never listen. So, can you believe this is all bone? Look at this, the weirdest colored. Who would take bone and dye it Crayola colors? I don't know. Somebody, because somebody can use these beads though. If you think you can use these beads, I will give up all the beads that are a weird color that I don't think I can use. Because I know you guys can use it in something. I mean, even with kids, this would be fun with kids. They look like wood, but they're literally bone. Isn't that wild? Whoops. $99 bone beads in a box. I wouldn't even sing that song if I was drunk, about to pass out, about the original beers on the wall. I would not sing that. I despise that so much. I despise any of those songs where people are just like repeating the same thing over and over. Oh, that's your favorite site, Etsy? Oh, good. Well, yay! Check out my page every other day if you feel like it, because I'm literally Mr. Is it Mr. GR Forestic King? I literally used to sell in person for 98% of my sales, and ever since everything that's happened, I've been selling only exclusively online. So that's almost my entire income right now is from Etsy. So anything you get there is keeping the studio alive, keeping us all going. So we appreciate it. Isn't there a movie called Marley and Me? I'm just gonna start saying Marley and Me. Marley and Me appreciate it. There's more. Marley's mom might come start working for us. That'll be fun. I really think I'm gonna do that. I have to talk to her. Because I just get so much more done when there's people here. I am so a people person. I'm so extroverted. I can't stand being alone. See, these are cool. They look like wood. Now that's a cool color to dye bone. Some of these wood beads, bone beads, I just love. Others I'm like, ugh. So I will give you some of the ones I love because there's so many of them. But I will also happily give you the ones I don't love because that's how generous I am. Especially since these were all donated by Barefoot Hippies. Yeah, somebody did one of those Myers-Briggs tests with me, and they were like, apparently you get like, it's like a binary thing. You get switched on or off. There's 2 letters for each category. It's like you get a T or an R or an E or a P or an L or an N or something like that. And for me, when it came to introvert, extrovert, well, it's not just the letter. Like there's a percentage. Like you're on a spectrum. Like, oh, your difference between sensing and feeling or whatever the heck is you're 68% sensing and 32% feeling. That's where you fall on that spectrum. And I'm like, and it's like, okay, whatever. So when they tested me, when it came to the introvert extrovert, I scored 99% extrovert. And the dude giving the test was like, I've never seen that before in my life. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I have this ridiculous channel and I go live like 100 million times more than anybody else. Because I'm dying over here without people to talk to. So you guys are, again, my therapeutic family. Oh, I need another container here. I hope you realize how important you are. All of you are so important. I feel like I've been talking forever. It's only been 35 minutes. Well, look at all these fun beads. See, I forgot I had so many of these. Now I'm getting inspired to make more stretch. I can't wait till the stretch cord comes here. I'm going to make so many stretch bracelets. I'm going to do what I told you guys to do. I told you guys, if any of you frequent those establishments, I don't know what they're called, saloons or something, those establishments where they sell that their fire water stuff, you know, where you can purchase a beverage that has some type of slightly toxic ingredient that is just toxic enough to make you walk funny. Make yourself 10 stretch bracelets for each arm. That's 20 altogether. And go to one of those establishments and hang out. And when people are like, why are all those bracelets on your arm? Be like, because I make these myself. Would you like one? And they'll be like, yeah, I would, but I bet you charge a lot. And you'd be like, yes, I do charge a lot because I'm world renowned. But for you, I'll sell this $37 bracelet for just $5. $5. Why would you do that? Well, because, you know, I'm in a happy mood and I've been drinking this fire water and I'm just, you know, not really thinking clearly. So $5 for you, buddy. Pick your favorite one. They'll be, oh, I like this. No, this one. I love that one. Okay, take it off your wrist, pop it on their wrist. $5. Buy yourself another drink. In fact, they'll be like, you know what? And then instead of the $5, what's your favorite drink? What's your favorite drink? You'd be like, well, I really like this one drink, but it's like a $12 drink. Don't you worry. It's on me. In return for your beautiful bracelet, I will buy you that drink and tip the waiter. So now you're saving $14. Look at that. Or however, I don't know how you guys tip. I hope you tip the waiter as well. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to frequent one of those establishments, and I'm going to learn how they order that moonshine beveragey stuff, and I'm going to put some bracelets on each wrist, and I'm going to get Marley to, yeah, she's old enough. I keep forgetting how old she is. Yeah, I'm just going to get her to come in with a secret camera and videotape the whole exchange, and then you'll catch me in the act selling bracelets right off of my wrist. Maybe I'll sell them right to the bartender. Then I'll get like extra free drinks. That would be great. I like sunshine, moonshine, starshine, you know, all kinds of shine. I like The Shining. Ooh. Good morning, starshine. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Early morning singing song. Can you hear me singing a song? Everybody get your lighters out. Loving a song, singing a song. The beads will provide the percussion. Laughing a song, loving a song, singing a song. Singing a song, laughing a song, 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 sing, 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 song. Sing, 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 sing a song. Sing, 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 sing a song. I have to tie this up with some duct tape. Every time I look at duct tape, I think that is what I need for my camera stand, and then I never connect the two when in real time. Like I never actually get the duct tape over to the camera stand before I forget about it. I never heard that saying, Beverly, but I shall now use it. So Marley and I were complaining that we don't have enough containers for all these strands. And we thought we were exaggerating until Barefoot Hippie said, yeah, that was literally 100 different strands in one box. What a thing to complain about. Too overloaded with free bone beads. My life is hard. All right. Remember I was singing Feliz Navidad in the summer? Well, now they're actually playing it on the radio here. It's awful. It's so much more fun to sing it in the summer. You did it do. You did it do. You did it do. Do do do. You did it da 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 da. Look at these bone beads. They look like fluorescent, like they look like the color of antibiotics that forms on bread, right? What's that called? Penicillin. They look like penicillin beads. But they'd be really fun for kids. Kids would love this color. I mean, I love the color turquoise, but when it's on a giant bone bead like this, and it's kind of splotchy, it just makes me think of penicillin bread. Nope, did not get my wire order yet. I'm going to call Parawire probably tomorrow and see what's going on with them again. That's why I'm telling you, if you ever order from them and you feel like the girl's being rude to you on the phone, call back another time, because there are two nice girls and one not so nice, and this is the second time in 2 years that she got my order sent to a wrong address. And this time was especially egregious because I had her repeat the correct address to me over the phone. And she was super irritated because she was super trying to rush me off the phone. And I stood my ground and I was like, and can you do this? And can you do that? And she was forced to do all of it. It's almost, you almost wonder, my dad would say, oh, she probably sent it to the wrong address on purpose to be spiteful. He's one of those people who's always a suspect. Whenever he loses anything, it's not because his house, it's not because the room is a mess, it's because somebody stole it. He'd be like, oh, she sent it to the wrong address to be spiteful. That's what he would think. I don't think that, but I definitely think she doesn't care enough to, make sure it goes through properly. And that's why I would call back another time. I'm not going to complain. I don't. I'm going to complain. I got to get a hold of the right person. I don't want to complain to one of her like peers and cause drama. I need to talk to the boss and do it in a very professional manner. Like, it's her or me, buddy. And do you know who I am? I'm Matt's Crazy Art. You know how many subscribers I have? A lot, okay? I'm like a celebrity. You better respect my authority. So you can't see what I'm doing. I'm grabbing all these little strings that were left over and just putting them in the trash. So I feel like I have less strings in my way. Oh, Mary, I'm glad you asked. I formed these out of the mountain and I dyed them with my beautiful turquoise special paint. They're my favorite beads ever. But I'm going to put them in kits for you guys. Would you like some? I was just talking about them right before you came in. Look at this container. Where did I get this from? This looks like it would have mints in it if it was made of tin. It's about that size. Look at these bone beads. All right, no, these are cool. I like these ones, right? But these are cool, right? Right? Okay, yeah, I agree. Well, look at these. These look like candles. These look like broken pieces of candle. Isn't that weird? They're almost the same color, but like one of those bone bead designers is not as crafty as one of the others. Somebody has some good ideas and somebody else has some other ideas. Quickly running out of containers here. I'm trying to figure out a way to consolidate. And it's like, which one do I cut open next? One of the strange ones or one of the awesome ones? Oh, yes. If any of you like the video, just tell me in the comments, I like this video. I don't think there's any other way to show me. If you like it, just say, I like it. $33. Let's see if we can get that number up to 34. I'm going to hold my breath until there's 34 thumbs up. Ready? On your mark, get set, go. Oh, that was easy. I didn't have to wait long. All right, I'm going to hold my breath until 37. Ready? Go. Oh my gosh, that was super fast. It's at 38. Okay, I'm going to hold my breath until 50. Let's see if don't let me pass out, guys. I'm going to hold my breath till 50. Here goes. Ready? Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Rock Crazy Gal. Don't let me down, guys. We can do it. No, somebody just unliked. That's not nice. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Everybody hit the like button before I run out of breath. hope I can make it. Oh, oh, I made it to 47. Woo! 48. Woo! Is it 49 already? You've seen people pass out on stream. That doesn't happen. Don't be silly. That's crazy. Oh! Ah! Anyway. All right, where were we? Ooh, why do I feel lightheaded? I forget what just happened in the last 5 minutes. I can't believe I said I'm going to hold my breath till we get to 50, and literally 2 people unliked the like button. That is so... I don't know what that is. That's a little bit crazy. Yeah, nobody hit the unlike. I mean, I don't know if they did. I don't see the unlikes right now. But 2 people unliked the like, if that makes sense. They clicked off of the... That's so weird. That's super weird to me because I can't understand a motivation. I always want to know why people... I don't even really care that people do stuff as much as why. Because sometimes people can do good things for not a good reason, or they can do what look like bad things, but for a good reason. So the why is like always interesting to me. Sometimes if you can just understand why someone's doing something, where they're coming from, it's easier to digest what they're doing. It doesn't bother you as much. No, I've never heard of a troll liking and then unliking. That's a new one. Oh, you tried to hit it like... Oh, see, that makes... Wendy, you're the hero. You came in and saved the day. I was feeling really weird about that. Like I know people don't want to hit the like button. I don't care. I know people want to hit the dislike button. I don't care. But why would someone hit like and then unlike? That was weirding me out. I got it because people were trying to hit it twice and they accidentally unliked it, and then they probably went and fixed it. Okay, that makes so much more sense. See what I'm talking about? If you're ever confused about life, talk to Wendy. Well, now we're at 52. If I'd held my breath this whole time, I would be the illustrious Wim Hof. If you ever want to get healthy just by breathing, check him out. He's the coolest guy in the world. I love him. I adore that human being. But Beverly's like, there was a spy. Who was it? It was one of the people here in the library with the candlestick hitting the unlike button. I'm gonna resort to putting them in these goofy little things I got from someone. I guess why not, right? This apothecary goofiness. Well, you know what? I think I'm just going to do a bead dump. I'll take all the beads that I know I'm never going to use. Yeah, maybe I should save some in case I ever have some kids over here doing like kids bracelets and junk. I'll save some. But I'm going to put some in some kits. There's that hoarder mentality. I'm sure I'll use it down the road for something. You can't get rid of anything just because you can't use it today. Even if you can't possibly think of a reason to use it in the future that's not far-fetched. We were talking about that the other day. If you could do a Venn diagram, you guys know what a Venn diagram is? You do know, you've seen them before, even if you didn't know they were called a Venn diagram. It goes like this. Oh, I have a bunch of stuff in this notebook. Let's find a clean page. What is all this stuff? There we go. So here's a Venn diagram. You got two circles like this. And then there's something here, and then this is where both of these things overlap. So you've all seen that before. So here is, this would be creative people and hoarders. How many people would put themselves somewhere in the middle there? And it doesn't have to be a spectrum, like I'm more creative and less hoarder. No, it's not a spectrum. It's just if you fit both these circles, then you end up in the middle. Let's see if, and then if you're really fancy, you can do a third circle. That takes a lot of creativity to do a third circle. Let's see, what would we do? Creative people, hoarders, and what would be the third one? Who can think of what would go in the third circle? Left-handed? That's a thought. Something more something weirder than just left-handed. Organized? Okay. All right, so we'll do organized. This is organized people. Organized people. All right. So if you're creative and you're organized, but you're not a hoarder, if you're creative and you're organized and not a hoarder, then you're I'm going to say, then you're a bad business mogul. Bad as in like good bad, like you're a big bad business mogul if you're creative and organized. Okay? Now, if you're organized but you're a hoarder, what are you? If you're organized, then you're Lauren. If you're an organized hoarder but you're not creative, you're a stockpiler. You're a stockpiler and you're a doomsday prepper. Oh my gosh, you ever watch that show? I watch that show out of morbid curiosity. Those people, I find doomsday preppers fascinating. Okay. Let's get this a little bigger so we can all see it clearly. All right. Now, if you are creative and a hoarder, but you're not organized, what would you be? A fun mess, right? A fun mess. Fun mess. Now, if you're creative, you're a hoarder, and you're organized, you would be Amazon, right? You just have everything under the sun, but it's also available. No, oh, Beverly says then you would be Matt if you were in the middle. Well, I can be organized when I have help. If I don't have help, I just get buried by the hoarding. So here's a funny one. I'm not going to do it justice, but it was like this. What was it? Here's a good one. Ready? Ready? I'm not going to get all of them, but watch this. Watch this. Okay, ready? This is DJs, bank robbers, and moms of toddlers. Okay? What would these three have in common? If you know the answer, don't say it. Ready? They all yell the same thing. Right? And then somebody filled in these other three. I don't remember what they filled them with. Bank robbers and moms of toddlers. You could say they both do lots of prepping. Moms of toddlers and DJs. Both don't get enough sleep. DJs and bank robbers, they have in common let's see. Let's say they both get a lot of tips. We'll put tips in quotation marks. They both like the rush. I like that. They both like the rush. All right, that has been your lesson on Venn diagrams for the day. Oh yeah, they both did Crazed Village. They both do a lot of yelling. How about both have parents who are embarrassed by them? There you go. DJs and bank robbers. Yep, all three could use a drink, right? All three could use some moonshine or some sunshine or some starshine. There you go. All three don't get enough sunshine. Can you feel me singing a song, loving a song, singing a song, singing a song, loving a song, singing a song, singing a song, loving a song, 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 sing, 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 song. All right, I'm out of containers. Well, no, not actually yet. We'll keep going until I run out of containers. So you guys might have a few more minutes to hang out. I'm just using containers I didn't want to use. I don't like containers with lids. Isn't that weird? I don't like containers with lids because as soon as there's a lid, I can't see what's inside as easily, depending on the container and where it's placed. I like everything open all the time. Open for me to get to it. As soon as I buy a bunch of bins, I throw out the lids. That's the first thing I do. The lids just end up piling up in the corner and being more things I hoard. I tried using the lids as like paint palettes sometimes, but whenever I want a paint palette, I can never figure out where I put the lids. So I just pretty much, I literally throw lids in the garbage. Isn't that horrible? Hoarders would be horrified. I don't care if I horrify the hoarders. They're horrified, right? It's kind of like being fortified. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Anita. They're always trying to come up with a strategy. G. Forestic is still on the Venn diagram. All right. Oh, a few more containers here. Even though they have lids. Awful lids. Oh, this one I can break. The lid's already breaking. Oops, it broke. Oh no, I accidentally dropped it in the garbage can. How did I do that? Somebody stop me. I'm going crazy. DJs, yeah, they do kind of babysit. How about DJs and moms of toddlers get a lot of requests for things they don't want to do. Thank you, Linda. Thing is, you can make so many cool things with bone, and bone is such a I feel like it's got to be a more expensive material than wood. It's not as easy to get as wood, right? Because there's so much scrap wood all over the world. I make enough scrap wood to fill up a small storage unit about once a year. So I definitely don't use that much bone. So, or even like deer antler, which is kind of the same thing. So if bone is so limited, why would people use it to make such goofy beads? I mean, why wouldn't they mostly use it to make these really funky, cool ones like this, so they could sell them, right? I don't know. Maybe there's a demand for turquoise colored, big round bone beads. Who knows? If you can imagine something somewhere, there's probably a demand for it. That's a rule. There's also, I was talking to someone, if there's anything that you could imagine any person being into, there is an internet group of people who are dedicated to that thing. It doesn't matter what the thing is. It could be like the most obscure thing you ever thought of. And there is some internet group of people who meet regularly to discuss their passion for this thing. Name anything. Name something really wild and what's the word? Random. Oh, why am I trying to put this in here? This is not even a container. This is like a lid. Let me find a better container. All right, so there's probably a group online that discusses recipes for cooking yaks. It's like an online group, and they even have like a leader of the group and sub leader and new people who come to the group and have to be introduced to the group rules of how they talk about barbecuing yaks. Yeah, lids are good if you need to stack them, but once you start stacking them, I feel like they scare me. I feel like they're just gonna disappear onto your shelves and never get used. Out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. A wood burner to burn designs into leather pieces, and then watch my tutorials on actually a good one to watch would be leather keychains. Just type Matt's Crazy Art leather keychains. Type that into the search bar on YouTube. Matt's Crazy Art leather keychains. Everybody got real quiet all of a sudden. What's going on here? I feel like an apothecary with all these little vials. I don't even know where they came from. Probably from some other, almost definitely from some other materials that were given to me months ago. Oh, these are cool. I like these ones. Oh, that's funny. Maybe yaks are plentiful and it's easy to get their bones. I'm spoiled, I know. Ba da da ba da da ba da da da. Ba da da ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. I despise those carols, and it's stuck in my head now too. Can you believe it? I don't despise. I shouldn't say that. That's a harsh word, but I don't like I don't like carols with Santa in them, and I don't like carols that just talk about winter wonderland nonsense. And I was telling someone the other day, I don't know what this fascination is with sleighs. Nobody has ever owned a sleigh. Especially, you'd have to be pretty rich to own a sleigh because you're owning a vehicle that can only be used like 4 days out of the year in almost all of the places people live. Now, if you live in Siberia or northern Alaska, where or Antarctica, where everything is frozen over like 9 months out of the year, and then you might want to own a sleigh. You know, of course, nowadays you would own a snowmobile, but back in the day you might have a horse-drawn sleigh. Okay, but who in their right mind has a buggy-sized sled that's pulled by horses? You know how easily that thing would get stuck if the conditions weren't perfect? If you had, even if the snow got a little soft, or how that thing would skid and slide all over the place if the snow was too icy. And that is like the most unpractical, impractical. And those things probably, they had to exist, right? There's photos and paintings of them all over. Who owned those things? Definitely wasn't a normal mode of travel. Like, let's get in the sleigh and go to grandmother's house for Christmas. Like, that's crazy. And yet it is such an image that is like so many songs, so many movies with this goofy idea. I mean, I feel like I would really have to talk to somebody who owned a sleigh. I'd have to go back in time to like 100 years ago or 200 years ago. Ugh, they're going everywhere. Can't control this particular strand was, I don't, these are not even, the holes aren't even drilled good. These are a mess, these little ones here. Holes are coming out the side. They're flying all over the place when I'm trying to put them away. They're going in other containers. Look at me complaining about my bone beads. I like these little wood colored ones, these little tiny ones. Those are cool. Little skinny long ones. Yeah, these long blue ones are cool, right? I was talking about those earlier. I love when they have cool stuff carved in the side of them. That's my favorite. North Dakota. Okay, North Dakota back in the day. Yeah, I could see maybe people had some sleighs. Washington State. Is that so? Poor people in Florida don't have any Christmas carols written about them. Walk by the palm trees, swim in the ocean as all your relatives are jealous in the north. Pick out some coconuts, pet all the lizards on the side of the avenue now. Cause it's Christmas in Miami, Christmas here in Tampa, Christmas in Jacksonville. Christmas here in the Keys because it's Christmas and the sun's out. 89 degrees now. Need a little sunshine Christmas now. There you go, Florida. That's my gift to you. Somebody transcribe that. Send it to all the Floridians so that they can shed of tears of gratitude that somebody finally realized what they were missing. There goes that Florida man. He'll be on the news tonight. I can't wait to see. He's lighting something on fire, and he's not fully clothed, and he is dragging along a string of beer cans. That doesn't rhyme as well. Yeah, see, Betsy Ross, I wish I lived in San Diego for 9 years because I love the idea of warm, dry climate all year round. That sounds amazing. Are these? See, look, there's so many that are so similar, but they're just slightly different size. It's like, oh my gosh, why can't they just be the same size so I can put them together? Ah! Oh my gosh. And then we try to put them in a container and they just shoot all over the place. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Boo doo 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 doo. Do 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 do. Do do ba da da ba da da ba da 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 ba da da ba da da ba da 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 da. Da 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 do 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 da 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 do do do. Na da 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 da. Do 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 do. Bo 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 bo. Bo 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 bo. Bo 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 bo. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Betsy Ross, other than San Diego, what place do you recommend is a great place to live if somebody wanted to move from where they were? What would you recommend? What's a place that you think most people would really enjoy moving to that they might not know about? Laura, it must have been hard there as a kid now, living all over USA. Ooh, we have even 63 people here and 63 likes at the same time. I was content to let you shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the roses. Let's say, all right, Betsy Ross, let's say you like oceans. If you like oceans, what's a good place to live besides Southern California? M. Berwick, good job. Hawaii. All right, is everybody drunk on the singing? Connecticut. Connecticut for oceans? All right, so what's the difference between Florida and Texas? What's the biggest difference you found? The one that was most pronounced. Gingerms just loves her California ocean. Gingerms every day is California dreaming on such a winter's day. Guess I'm gonna go to the dollar store and just buy out all their plastic containers. You can get these little ones 10 for $1, these little tiny ones. I've bought probably $20 worth of them so far, and I'm still running out of space to put stuff. South Carolina. Maine? Maine sounds cold and a little bit full of seafood. Do I have any containers left? No, not really. Pretty much done. There's a cool little purple wine, little shot glass or something or other. I don't know why that was in there. Whew. Okay. There we are. Okay. Really, North Carolina, huh? I have never heard two people praise North Carolina so much. Moon Islamic Studio. Mm. Tennessee is the most beautiful. Isn't Tennessee really humid? I feel like Tennessee is really humid. I can't do humidity. If I had to cut out all the states that have humidity, I'd have to see what I'd be left with. I'd have to talk to someone who knows all the states climate-wise. All right, here's a question. Outside of California and the whole West Coast, what is a state that is very low humidity? But warm. Warm but low humidity. North Dakota is humid. It's also freezing. Sounds like an awful combination. Besides Washington, besides the West Coast. Arizona, yeah, that's true. Arizona is like a desert. I guess that was an easy question, right? Anything that's like a desert. Arizona or New Mexico, yeah. Yeah, I'd like the idea of living in Arizona. I can deal with dry heat. I drink enough water. I'll be fine. I do not like that humidity. As soon as the humidity strikes, I'm like, oh, I just want to rip everything off, get into a tub full of ice. Texas, I was in San Antonio, and Texas I'd say is 50-50 dry, humid. It's not the most dry. It's not as bad as other places, but oh, North Dakota sounds absolutely atrocious. I apologize to anyone who's happy living there. Alex, where was that? What part of Texas? What big city was that near? Or what east, northeast, southwest? What part was that? Closer to Oklahoma. Okay. Yeah, I know Dallas and Fort Worth are humid, from what I hear. They're hot and humid. They are not dry. Air is bad. Is the air because that dust? Dust in the air? What makes it bad? Or is it like a big city with pollution? Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna head out, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry to the people who just came in. We're at an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half now. Um, ooh, spider webs in the skies. That sounds exciting. Thank you, Marie. Denver, Colorado's supposed to be really nice. I only went to Pueblo, which is a desert. That was really hot and dry, too hot, too dry. But the mountains of Colorado, I hear, are really nice. Oh, Greece, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see all you guys. I'll try to work on another tutorial for tonight. We'll see if I get to it. Have a great night. Take care. And keep being creative. Go do some things. Go organize and clean some stuff in your house so you feel better about getting something done. See you soon.